Sword of the Stranger was recommended to me by a friend. Yes, I still have those. It's amazing. I'm not sure how it obtained its ranking at number 183 on Mal, not because of its quality, but it seems to be for a very specific audience. For example, your eyes need to be able to keep up with numerous moving parts during action scenes, which is bad for me because I watched it while high, and this is while keeping in mind all the groups involved. In addition, I feel you need to be a little familiar with the Sengoku period of Japan, just some of the conversations and mindsets we see here. In any case, Kotoru finds himself pursued by the Chinese authorities even though he lives in another country, probably Japan, but no one thing screamed this is definitely Japan to me. There was one guy who stated at least once there in our country, so it isn't China. In fact, the only reason I know it's the Sengoku period is because every synopsis I could find said so, but beyond that I wasn't getting any particular time period. Probably my fault for not knowing much Japanese history. I'm only familiar with their entertainment industry after all. The movie does set that old-timey Japanese/Chinese etc. with its OST. I can jam to that. But I'm starting to go off topic now. Kotaro meets a nameless swordsman. Okay, why is he nameless? Because it's cooler that way. Really sets in that lone wolf vibe, don't you think? Oh, absolutely. Kotoru hires No Name to take him to a temple where friends of his are supposed to be waiting for him. Another word of advice on the matter, pay attention. I tried jotting down my thoughts while it was at non-actiony parts, as I often do, and I quickly found myself missing things. And is it just me, or did they try to develop too many characters? There was one guy whose one desire was to marry the princess. He was assured this would come true in the final battle, then he and the commander who told him that died. It felt like we got to know him for nothing. I'll admit, there aren't a lot of things wrong with Sword of the Stranger. I just think it could have been dragged out to a 10 or 12 episode series. One episode for developing the Chinese guy who just wants to fight people. I was kind of curious where the Chinese picked him up from that he has blue eyes and blonde hair. When the local population starts to make a big deal of it, you start to wonder things like that. Another episode to develop the friendship between Kotoru and No Name. Not that they didn't do a good job in the movie, I actually felt minor amounts of affection for them, but again, it could do more as a series. And personally, I think it has the potential to do the Happy Sugar Life thing, except where everybody had their own idea of love there, everyone has their own ideas on authority here. No Name is sick at the idea of serving someone for his own reasons. The aforementioned Chinese blonde sees obeying orders as an opportunity to find someone new to fight. Others see their authority figures as gods, and others still see their authority figures as stepping stones on their own path to greatness. But maybe this wasn't about the characters or the somewhat predictable story, but for the action and atmosphere. It certainly excels in those areas. But all that is just me, and the reasons I typically do 12-episode animes as opposed to movies. But the upside of a movie is I have spare time to do research! It was made in 2007, but I do believe it surpasses most of today's finest action scenes. And if it helps you, it was made by Bone Studio, or if you're like me and you don't care who makes what as long as something gets you high, it was made by the same people who made Hero Academia, Mob Psycho 100, Soul Eater, and Halo Legends. On a final note, I generally prefer dub, that way I can keep an eye on small details like facial expressions, but I think this might be better subbed. The characters have a tendency to slip into Chinese sometimes. What are you people saying?